And welcome to another exciting episode of the Click Nation's Comic Book Chronicles. I'm your host, Tim D-O-double-G, and I'm joined by my co-host at Agent_70 on Twitter.
What's up? I will get my Google Toolbox up in a heartbeat.
Yes. But it's just the two of us tonight. It was a very special episode 49 before the big 5-0 later this week.
5-0. Can't believe we made it this far. That's so awesome.
Yep. I need to go and look back and see when the first episode actually was. At least of the format of doing the weekly Google Plus shows, video shows. But we figured with the year coming to an end, now would be a good time to start compiling a best of list. So basically this episode will be us giving out different categories and different candidates of books and creators we think fit in each category. And we'll volley back and forth and discuss amongst ourselves, and then we'll put up polls on the website for people to vote on, and we'll start trimming the list down till we get to winners.
There you go. There you go.
But
Sounds
first,
like a plan.
make sure to go to the website, theclicknation.com, where you can watch previous episodes of the Comic Book Chronicles and read comic book reviews. Make sure to follow the Twitter account at theclicknation, and of course my personal Twitter account at timdogg98. And like I said earlier, Agent 70 is at agent_70. Like our Facebook fan page, facebook.com/theclicknation. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/theclicknation. Put us in your circles on Google+. Just search for The Click Nation and join the community, The Click Nation community. We're on iTunes and Stitcher Radio. And if you ever have any feedback you want to have read on a future show, send that on over to theclicknation@gmail.com. All right. So let's get to the first category we're going to talk about, and that's going to be Best New Series of 2013.
Yeah, that's I had some trouble with this one, trying to think of what I've read this year that's brand new that I'm really enjoying. So you want to kick this one off?
Yeah, I can go over my list. So basically, instead of just picking one, I just have like maybe 4+ in each category. Like I said, we'll just talk about them during the show and break them down. But for my list, I came up with 3. First one is Superior Spider-Man by Dan Slott and various artists. Second is Quantum and Woody from Valiant Comics. That's
Nice.
by, I forget James Asmus, and he's had 2 different artists so far. And Brain Boy by Fred Van Lint from Dark Horse Comics.
Nice. That's a good list.
Thank you.
I like that. That's a good list. I wanted to throw in, Comixology is doing their 12 days of free comic books for Christmas, and one of the free comic books that I downloaded and read, was Lazarus #1, and that's a new book from 2013. And I liked issue #1, and I think that should be in the running for Best New Series because that the hook got me. It got me, with that first issue, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. It was a nice giveaway by Comixology, and I'm going to be looking into the rest of the series.
Okay. Yeah, and I also read the first issue. I read it a couple months after the book debuted, and I really liked it. But I just haven't found the time to try to get caught up with it. I'm glad you brought that up because that's one of those books I do need to actually start trying to read more often.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our time is valuable. We just need to, pick the right books so that we're reading the best that we can.
And let's see, just quick things over the books I mentioned. Superior Spider-Man, I've just been enjoying the Otto Octavius.
Spidey Ock.
Yeah, Spidey Ock. That's been going on. It just, I've said in almost all of my reviews, but it seems like Dan Slott just keeps raising the bar as far as drama goes with each consecutive issue, and there's just more threats, more villains keep appearing. The status quo keeps changing, whether
Yes.
it's Peter Parker's ghost being in the opening of the series to him finally being vanquished from the body to Doc Ock getting his own Spider Island and his own henchmen to uh, get leave start I guess founding Parker Industries.
Right, and the new relationship with Anna Marie,
Yeah.
I forget her last name, but you know, a new relationship.
Yep.
So I've been hate reading slash loving reading Superior Spider-Man because I want to see what happens. If you know, for fans of the show, and if you've been listening and watching faithfully since Superior Spider-Man has been since we've been talking about Superior Spider-Man, I am loving it when Ock gets his comeuppance, and I see that Slot is, you know, throwing a lot more obstacles in Ock's path lately, and I'm really enjoying that. At the same time, you know, you have to respect that he's, you know, as you know, in terms of the story structure, he's built such a great uh, story around Ock becoming, or at least attempting to become a hero. And you know, you have to give Slot all sorts of props for pulling this off and keeping us coming back twice a month. You know, he's still keeping up with this crazy twice a month schedule, and we're all still, you know, reading this and keeping up with the exploits of the biweekly exploits of Spider Ock. So, you know, kudos to him, and you know, that's definitely a strong contender for best series of 2013,
Okay.
or new series of 2013.
Yes, new series.
Okay.
And Quantum and Woody is, of course, a new book from Valiant Comics. It's about it's an already established team from I think it's like the '90s
Yes.
that they're bringing back with the new twist. It's two, a Caucasian and African American brother duo. One's adopted, Woody, the Caucasian,
Mm-hmm.
and Quantum and Woody are in. Their father is killed, and they go to sort of investigate what happens, and they go to their dad's lab, and there's an explosion, and during the explosion, they get bombarded with energy, and they get these powers that are sort of tied. and and their powers are sort of bonded to them by these quantum bands that each of them have on on their wrists, and then they have to clang their wrists together at least once every 24 hours, or else the energy particles that are in their body start to break down their body and basically end up killing them. So it's about their crazy hijinks.
That's right. And it's definitely a well written book.
Yep, and it's still pretty early. I think they're on issue like 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're definitely within that like 4 to 6 area. So yeah, there's definitely 5 issues out right now. That's cool.
Yep. And last was Brain Boy from Dark
Dark
Horse
Horse.
Comics. Fred Van Lint's the art or the writer on it. And again, this is another established hero from many decades ago.
Yeah, I was going to say
being,
long ago established. He's
yep.
definitely left the public eye. You know, Quantum and Woody's only from the early '90s. We're talking a long time ago for Brain Boy.
Mm-hmm. And this is on the superhero side of Dark Horse Comics. They're trying to build that up now with Brain Boy and Captain Midnight, and I guess even Catalyst Comics is in that genre. But it's also a sort of a fun, light-hearted book with jokes and action taking place in it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's I've enjoyed. I missed, I believe, the last issue of the 3 issues that have come out so far, but I read the 0 issue, and that was pretty interesting.
Yep. So what you mentioned one of yours earlier. You have any
Lazarus.
more? Yeah, Lazarus.
No, you've basically hit on the ones that I would have recommended for best of, because Some of the lists that I found online mentioned some books that I had trouble, that I didn't have much, um, uh, interest in kind of continuing. I'll throw out The Wake by Scott Snyder and I forget the artist name. East of West with Hickman and Nick Dragata. That's another one that's out there for people to vote on. So those are some of the new series that are in the running for best new series of 2013.
You also had, unless I'm looking incorrectly, don't you have? Oh, I'm looking at the next category. I'm sorry.
Oh, whoops!
Yeah, I was getting the categories mixed up. Okay.
We're jumping to the next one.
So speaking of next category, this will be the best writer, artist, or best creative team of 2013. I'll let you kick it off.
Right. Well, I didn't have. I'm definitely not nearly as prepared as Tim DOGG. My nomination for Best Writer Artist Combo is Jason Aaron and Esad Ribic for their work on the Thor, God Bomb, and that whole story, which like I was saying before, if you've been following the Comic Book Chronicles, while the storyline's been going on, we have had effusive. We've praised, we've lauded the story, and it just got better and better. It may have started off slow, but it just built to this great crescendo, and it even got some of the members of the CB, some of the panel members of CBC who may not even be Thor fans, like Tim, really into it. So that says a lot.
Yep. And that, I believe, it made my list also.
Awesome. So what's on your list?
Let me pull my list up.
Oh, well, you know what? Let me throw in Aja and Matt Fraction on Hawkeye. Well, how can I forget them?
Okay. Definitely.
They are worthy contenders on that list.
So I have a couple here. I have Dan Slott and Ryan Stegman from Superior Spider-Man.
Okay, nice.
From the Marvel Infinity crew of Jonathan Hickman, Jerome Opeña, and Dustin Weaver.
Right, and Thorne Chung too.
Yeah. Chung too. I have Jason Aaron and Esad Ribic. And let's see, from Marvel was Brian Bendis and Stuart Immonen from.
For All New X-Men.
All New X-Men.
Yes.
And on the DC side, I have Jeff Johns and Paul Pelletier. Hopefully that's how you say it. Pelletier from Aquaman.
Yes, I agree with that. That's a good nomination.
Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo from Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino from Green Arrow.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good, more obscure, not obscure, but more, less mainstream. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and that's actually my list right there.
Nice. Good
so
list.
A lot for people to choose for and vote for on the website later this week.
There you go. Okay. All righty. What do we have next? Best Publisher.
Yes.
Ooh, interesting. Do you want to throw it out in our order, in your own personal order?
I haven't made it an order yet.
Oh, okay. So let's just throw them out.
Yeah, I just basically named the sort of the big publishers: Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, Dynamite, IDW, Valiant. Guess you can throw Monkey Brain, Comics in there as well.
Sure.
Did you have a favorite already?
I have a favorite and a number 2 or a 1A. My favorite, even though I definitely have some issues with some of the storylines that are brewing and that are going on right now. Marvel is still number 1, but Image has definitely bypassed DC. DC I think has kind of lost a lot of momentum from the New 52 launch. And there's only a couple of books that are really holding any kind of water for that, for their company right now. I think Image has completely bypassed them in terms of being a strong publisher. So I think Marvel is 1 and Image is 1A or very close to.
Yeah, I think if I was doing like a top three, the battle for third would be the sort of the most interesting
Hmm.
because it would probably be between Valiant and Dark Horse.
Oh, okay. You would put DC's number two or
Well,
Image's
not
number
so,
two?
DC might not be in
Wow.
there.
Wait, oh, wait, there he is. There's the drama.
Oh.
Bum, bum, bum. I got you. Nice.
My,
Very nice.
I'm putting a lot of blame for on DC for the whole Trinity War and Forever Evil.
Hmm.
So, because I want to like it. I like Trinity War, but then once Forever Evil started, it's just like this drag. That Forever Evil and the Villains Months dragged the whole company down a notch or
Hmm.
two for me.
Gotcha. 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 And for people who are already Marvel fans who are trying to give DC a shot, you can't do that to them. You know?
Yes.
It kind of hits you right where it shouldn't, and yeah, we're similar in that respect. We're Marvel fans, and we're always willing to give DC a shot, and we have our own favorite DC characters. But if we can't even read some of our favorite characters, it's very hard to keep up with DC. It is. So, all right, that'll be an interesting poll to vote on. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
All right, so our next category is surprise hit of 2013. What do you have on your list? I have one thing I wanted to nominate.
We find okay. Yeah,
Well,
this is a long. I've got a
uh,
lot on mine.
no kidding. So let me throw in mine and see if and see what you have to add on. I'm surprised. Not I shouldn't be surprised by it, but I was glad to see that Hellboy in Hell by Mike Mignola out of Dark Horse, uh, garnering a lot of positive reviews and feedback, and becoming not a surprise or sleeper hit for most people, but maybe for me,
Hmm.
I wasn't 100% sure that Hellboy was still on the radar for a lot of people, and I'm glad that it's back, and I'm glad that it's doing well. So that qualifies it as a surprise hit for me.
Okay. Was there any more you want to throw
No,
out
not
there?
right now. I'll probably come
Just
up with
think
more once you throw out the list.
okay. Let's see. From Marvel, I had Avengers Arena
Oh, okay, nice.
and Superior Foes of Spider-Man.
Mm.
And from DC, I had Green Arrow once the Lemire Sorrentino team took over. And also I have Batman Beyond 2.0 from Kyle Higgins,
Oh, okay.
the digital first, which I need to catch up on. I'm like 4 issues behind, I think.
Oh, no kidding. So what are they up to now? Because
I think they're up on
I
like
have to catch up
eight or
too.
nine, I think.
Wow, 9 issues already?
Maybe not that many, maybe like seven.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Well, that
like,
means I have 7 issues to catch up on. So, it's not that big of a difference.
I just
That's
have
cool.
we should have a digital first category.
Yeah, right. Oh, I couldn't even vote on that because I'm such a newbie to digital first.
Yeah. Well, you got the tablet now, so you could.
Exactly, exactly.
And now, besides Batman Beyond, I'm not reading any digital first stuff either. But more. Let's see, and then the rest, everything else is from Image.
Okay.
I have Five Weapons,
That was good.
Reality Check,
Yes, yes. Reality check.
Sex Criminals, Rocket Girl,
Okay.
and Ghosted.
All right. Good list. Good list.
Yeah, a
That'll
lot to
be
choose
that'll be
from.
some good voting, right there.
Okay, the next category should be the best event slash crossover from 2013.
All right.
And I see your list is basically like mine.
So
For
my
my,
first, yeah, I was gonna say my first nomination for best event crossover, and I even have a caveat on in mind, was Infinity. Right up until the finale was so good, and then we get to the finale, and all the toys get put back in the box the way Hickman found them, and it's just kind of a downer. But right up until that point, it was such a great crossover and event storyline. Um, you want to throw out the next one?
let's see. Well, I have Infinity also,
Hmm.
and your second one was put the tab back up. Death of the Family up
Right,
until the end,
Batman. Yes, right up until the end. That was a great story right up until the end.
and I have three more to add to the list to be in consideration. I've got the Trinity War from DC,
Okay.
and also the Justice League Aquaman crossover Throne of Atlantis.
Oh, that. Oh, all
That
right.
actually was pretty good. And since I'm an X-Men fan, I'm putting Battle to Atom on there. It, even though that can fall in the same category, it was good in the beginning up until the middle and the end.
Exactly. And then we get to the end, and it's whoa, what just happened?
Yep.
All you fans out there, you've been following the Comic Book Chronicles and our weekly commentary on Battle of the Atom as the story progressed just got harder and harder. We just got harder and harder on the storyline as it progressed.
Yep.
That is funny. All right. So I don't have anything for best storyline because it sort of matches my my list for event crossover. But if you start throwing out storylines, I might come up with something.
Uh, so yeah, so I call it best event slash crossover or something that sort of span. I guess it should have been more like crossover.
Yes.
Yeah, so instead of take an event out of there, an event could have fallen into storyline. So basically,
Right.
storyline. I was thinking something that happens just in like one book, that like an arc,
Oh,
basically.
okay. All right. So if you want to do that, yeah, if you want to keep storyline as like an arc, then what we can throw in there is like, uh, actually, it's part of my next category, which we'll hold off on. But Captain America Dimension Z,
Yeah, that would fall
right?
in there.
Thor, God Bomb, that whole I don't even know what the overarching story is, but because I think God Bomb is like a sub story within the arc.
That would fall. That was in on my list.
There you go. Let's see. You could throw in the secret origin of Tony Stark as much as nobody liked that. Um, Death in the Family, Batman Death in the Family.
So
Let's
that one
see.
crossed over into multiple books.
Right, 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 right.
I
What was
had
this?
just two more to add. I have basically the whole Avengers Arena, basically the
Oh,
Murder
okay.
World story, and
Gotcha.
I have City Fall from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, yes, which I have fallen off on. I definitely have to catch up on that. I do have to catch up. Is that still going on?
It ended last month, or yeah, last month, and then the post City Fall issue comes out. I think Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So I have. I
I saw a
definitely have a
preview up on
couple.
the website for the next issue, which takes
So got to
place
get a
after.
couple issues. Got to get a couple. I got to catch up then, because where I left it, it was good, and I just happened to miss a couple of issues, and I have to go back and catch up on that. So, all right, those are some good storylines. I'm going to think of some more insular storylines. Um,
Yeah, just remember it can't be like crossing over into other
right, right, right,
books.
right. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. So, I'm trying to think if
You
there's
trying to think of any
any.
more?
Yeah. I'm just like kind of thinking like just running through some of the books that haven't
I,
because
I just had to think. I just like go back and look at all the books I have collected and try to think like what happened in them this year. That's what I did. That's what I spent my afternoon doing.
I mean so many of the books that we read were involved in like the Infinity crossover. Because I'm a big Avengers fan. I'm trying to think of like Captain America for example. Maybe Hawkeye with like I mean this whole storyline in Hawkeye. I can't even describe the arc that it's in. You know what we should do? Best single issue,
Okay,
right?
let me jot that
Um,
down.
right. Let's do best single issue, and I will nominate Pizza Dog as part of best single issue from Hawkeye.
Gotcha. Excuse me. I have to think about best single issue.
Well, we got a little bit of time.
Well, I mean,
We can think about
I can't think that off the top of my head. Like I said, I'm gonna have to go back and look at
that.
the list, everything I read, and
Gotcha,
try to think of the one.
gotcha. That one. I definitely enjoyed Pizza Dog. I will throw in um, which Infinity book was it? One of the in the main Infinity limited series, there
The
was
best
one
scene for me
book
would
I
just be
want.
when Thor took down that
Yes, yeah,
builder.
that's what I was gonna say. It was when they finally rose up and got their act together. I think that would be one of my best single issues because I remember raving about that one book. I think that definitely was one of my clicks of the week recently. So throw that one in there. I think it's Infinity number, what was it, 5 issue or 6 issue
It
limited
was a seven
series?
issue series, so it was like probably five.
Yeah, it was probably five. I wanted to say it was the next, like two before the end. I think it was five. I think it was five. So throw
That
Infinity
and
number five in
that and when Attilan fell.
there. Right, right. So I think that was six.
When the Attilan thing was like 3 or 4. So
In the limited series? No, it was much later than that when they finally
yeah,
set off the Terrigen bomb.
it was like in the middle point.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right. Now
hold
I'm gonna
on,
have to go back and check that out.
I can tell you in a second here,
Oh, okay.
but I might be able to tell you quickly. There's one with who's the name with Black Bolt on the cover, screaming 3.
Oh, it was three. Ah, it was
Hold
that
on.
long ago. Wow.
Yeah, it was like in the midway point of a, if you call issue 3 the midway point of a
A 7 issue
eight,
series.
7 issues
Yeah.
or six. Is it 6 or 7 issues?
See, now I'm confused. Now I'm gonna have to take a look. Now I'm
Hold
gonna have to
on,
take a look.
scrolling through the book. Yeah, he screams in 3 and it builds up at 4. Okay, it was a 6 issue series, so okay, that was the midway point.
There you go. There you go. So it was in three, and I guess I'm thinking of issue five when all that stuff finally goes down. So
Hmm.
all right. Okay. So um, where are we now on the list?
I think we're
Okay,
about. Let's
best
see.
storyline. Oh,
I have
we're up to. I added a category. What about your added category?
I had creators to watch in 2013.
Oh,
But
2014.
yeah, for next year.
Okay.
I only have 2 so far. I need to give that more thought.
Who do you
But
have?
for writer, I had Joshua Williamson, he writes Captain Midnight from Dark Horse and um, Ghosted from Image, and I have the artist on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles City Fall, which was Mateus Luco.
Okay.
But like I said, I need to add more to that.
Yeah, I need to look into this more. I definitely need to look into this. I'm not 100% sure what to tell you on this. Um, my first instinct is to see how Charles Soule plays in the Marvel Universe in the new She-Hulk, because I know he's definitely done some great work in DC, but to actually be able to bring his lawyer experience into the She-Hulk universe, I think that it bears watching for 2014.
Yeah, he's definitely one to look out for.
If you haven't been reading, his DC stuff, and you're mostly a Marvel person, maybe She-Hulk will be the chance for you to be exposed to his writing.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Um, I threw out a category called comic/storyline that will take you more time to really appreciate. And my nominee for this is Captain America Dimension Z. Again, for the fans of the Comic Book Chronicles, I have gone up and down complaining about how long the storyline is, but I think it's definitely something that would be easier to digest as a collected edition. I think it's something that, as Remender develops the book, I think we're going to be going back to Dimension Z more and more and seeing how what happened to Steve Rogers in that Zola dimension and how Jet Black plays into everything is going to affect him going forward. I think all that is going to help us appreciate Dimension Z a lot more than what we thought of it when we were reading it. So I think that's definitely a prime candidate for that category. Do you have any more, Tim?
The only one I can think of is the whole Thor God Gore the God Butcher God
Mm-hmm.
Bomb story in Thor God of Thunder. I liked it every issue. reading it monthly, but I think like having the whole thing collected, people might really appreciate it more.
Right, right, right. And I see that that Aaron is actually going to be developing more of the like the future Thor stuff. So even
Which I
then,
liked.
exactly. So even then, it's going to kind of harken back to some of the stuff in that Gore the God Butcher stuff, um, and really give us more of an appreciation for what that for how that story was executed. I would actually throw out Saga into this because I think it's supposed to be such a hot book and it's supposed to be so good, and I just haven't been able to get into it. I think that it's going to take me more time to appreciate it, so I may have to stop and read that as a long in a long form
Hmm.
before I can really appreciate it. So I'll throw Saga in there too.
I'd probably say East or West would probably be one because
Mm.
I'm not really appreciating it now because I don't know what the heck's going on in it, and I'm reading it monthly. But maybe if I
You are
like,
keeping up with it.
yeah, but like I forget what happens in it, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's how like all the pretty deadly people feel.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, it is a form of Hickman mumbo jumbo.
Yes, that's another reason why I'm so confused. What is going on? I actually told myself I read issue 7 today,
Right.
which came out like a month ago, and I'm debating whether or not to stop just reading it altogether. Like, why am I even trying to force myself to like it's not the art pretty, and it's like I can tell the story's about something, but
Right.
it's probably just not for me.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So I might just give it up.
Oh, I'll throw in another one. Mind MGMT by Matt Kint. It's a critically acclaimed book that I think I've tried to read once, and I didn't get it, and I may have to read it, force myself to read it, and maybe appreciate it later. You
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
So,
but another book for me, which I actually read like the first volume of, which was only like the first like 4 issues, I guess, was Chew.
oh yes, true.
Chew was great. I just need to actually give.
Yes.
I actually started reading it like maybe 3 months ago. I just jumped on it and read. I'm behind. I read whatever's coming out recently, and then my brother has the first volume, which I read in like two. So I'm reading it in real time, but
Okay.
I really want to go back and read it from the beginning.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, no, definitely. That's a good one. I've only read I think the first 2 issues, and for whatever reason I just didn't keep up with it. But that's definitely something that I probably will read through, and it'll take me some time to appreciate it. Nice,
Okay.
good additions. Oh, and you know what? Let me throw in a book, Young Avengers, for me. I've had a lot of trouble digesting this book, especially with the whole, the mother, magic spell thing. I think Young Avengers for me is also going to be something that's going to take me more time to appreciate because I know it's winding down. I think is it the next issue or 2 more issues before they relaunch it?
Well, it's just gonna end
Oh,
supposedly.
okay. Well,
I
they're
guess
probably gonna.
it could be like Wolverine and X-Men and start back over. But supposedly the creative team said they're done with it. They told the story. They said they told the story they want to tell. So
Right.
if they relaunch it, it'll probably be
It'll
with a
be new.
different
Right.
team.
Right. So this particular storyline, this particular creative team, I would say Young Avengers is something that's going to take me some more time to digest before I can really say yay or nay, up or down.
I'm
So
gonna
that's a
add
good.
another.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
See, we keep coming up with
oh no,
with
I'm just gonna add
particular.
another category. Uh,
What do you got?
like what book are we looking forward to in 20? What new book are we looking forward to in 2013?
Oh, 2014. 2014. Okay.
So basically, it'll be stuff we know is like the all new Marvel Now stuff, or
Right. Like
if
that's
DC's
up through the
announced,
March solicits. Yeah.
yeah, or even like stuff from other companies. You don't have to say it now. I'm just adding it to the list to
Okay.
put on the website.
Gotcha. 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 That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see. Let me see if there's any categories that I can come up with. Um, hmm.
No need to force
Let's
it.
no, no. Let's do. Um, let's do best. Like we have to admit we definitely stick to the mainstream stuff for our books. Let's do best indie book that we've read. I would throw in Hip Hop Family Tree on this because that was published by Fantagraphics.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do we should have a category that's best indie. And when I say indie, we really shouldn't include Image or Dark Horse or Dynamite, any of those major publishers. Well, maybe we can include Dynamite in that, but definitely not Image and not Dark Horse because I think they're far too major now to be defined or to be classified as an indie publisher.
Okay, I was just reading Roddy Cat had sent an email saying he wasn't gonna be able to make it to the show, and he had some categories.
Oh, nice.
Well, he just had category. Uh, which one do I want to say?
Yeah, see if there's anything you need that's good to add.
Well, he said surprise character of the year.
Oh, okay. Surprise character of the year. That could be. I wonder what he means by that. Like a surprise new character, or like a surprise characterization of a long-standing character. Like I would throw in Rogue in Uncanny Avengers, and how Remender is writing her. To me, that makes her a surprise character for me this year.
Yeah. 2013. I don't know if I can think of one right now.
Surprise character. That's a good one. Does he have anything else on his list?
Some of it was like sort of negative stuff, like worst event and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to do the negative.
I wanted to do that.
Keeping it positive.
Gotcha. But see if there's anything else before we call it a show.
That can be it.
Let's see. No, I put in something for best indie comic. Let's see.
We'll just call the show right there.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. So
sounds good.
Once this website, we'll post this up now. You can go to theclicknation.com and see this post for the live video broadcast, and we'll have the audio file up also if you want to listen to it in audio form. But I'll also go through and create polls for people to vote on for like a poll like for each category, and then each host will have their nominees for each category, and you can go on and vote, and then we'll take the winners from each category and trim it down. Like take my bet, whoever wanted to vote for my best of 2013, and Roddy Cats and Dirts and Agent 70s, and make that into trim that down to a poll, and we'll get to basically our winners of 2013 and what to look for in 2014 as well. And also, since I brought up Dirt, make sure to go to his website, popculturenetwork.com, and follow him on Twitter at PCN_Dirt. And Roddy Cat is at Roddy Cat on Twitter, RODDYKAT. And he has the News Nerd. What is it?
I'll do it. News Nerds Need.
Yep.
That's the handle.
Yeah, News Nerd Need.
No, you got to put that S in. News Nerds Need.
Oh, News Nerds Need.
There you go.
All three words have S's at the end of it, make it more easier to remember. So that's his news informational Twitter account.
There you go. He puts out some good stuff.
Yep. So thanks again for listening, and of course our episode 50 we're commemorating on Thursday at 9:00 p.m. And let me get the date down. That's the 19th,
make sure to join us.
Thursday is the 19th. So yes, we'll be interviewing the writer of Image Comics Reality Check, Glenn Brunswick. So with that, take care, have a good night and good rest of your week, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Peace.